Social media and the internet have made secrets have a different definition. So
Mm.
if the secrets of your if you cannot share the secrets your of your back end, then you don't have a business today.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, everybody knows, not everybody, but some people know that, okay, yeah, if you put this and this ingredients together, you can get this.
Yeah.
That should no longer be the secret of your business. The secret of your
Exactly.
business should be some other things that you have built around your business to ensure that even though you know the ingredients, putting it together, you still need my special touch.
Mm.
Even though you know that, okay, yes, we get our servers from AWS, Amazon. um, I mean, how we put it together to deliver the services we deliver is what's important here. You
Yeah.
can also go to Amazon and pay for the same servers and
I'm not
configure
gonna
it
achieve the
yourself and
same thing. Yeah.
get efficiency. Yeah, exactly. You understand? Yeah. So you can go hire some other person to put it together for you. If it's at the same price, all well and good. But I mean, there's a whole lot more that goes into it that if you really consider what, again, we're not approaching with an idea, we're approaching with an offer. If you really consider what we're offering to you right now, which totally saves you cost and totally saves you on headaches and trying to call a developer or a consultant to come and help you during the night, because we are always there 247 to show support.
Mm.
If you consider it, I would rather go with us than go with the other guys, because we are saying we're here 247 for you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And yeah, welcome to the Bola Adeyeye Omeshade show. And today we have somebody special, somebody who is, everything about having an idea and bringing it to reality and seeing your dreams actually come to action, or putting it to action, or so you're seeing it to, is it fruition or fruit, making your dreams actually happen. All you need to do is tell him a story. All you need to do is tell him what goes on in your head, in whichever way, and it will make it happen. We're opportune. It's an honor to have Samson Aliga to join us today. Thank you so much, Samson. Mm.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Right. The thing is, I would ask you to do a little bit of introduction about yourself. But before I do that, what has happened is a lot of people have ideas, and they have some of those ideas, they have written them down. Some of it, they have shared it with one or two people. But unfortunately, that is where that idea, that's where it ends. They are not able to have a set plan or envision or being creative about that idea and see how they can do it differently. Hence, they're not identifying their purpose. It just ends. They are not able to be the best version of themselves. They are not able to produce the best part of themselves. You see, and this is it's not just about business, even with their careers, even with
Mhm.
their
Yeah.
family life. And that's why I have invited you here today, because to share some hacks and some of your thoughts on ways people can actually take steps, even if they cannot afford so many things. Just share with us how you have done it in the past. And yeah, but before we continue, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you have done? Yeah.
Okay, my name, like you said, Samson Aligba. I'm a technology business consultant. I help teams and organizations to bring technology solutions into their operational problems or challenges. I am very big on efficiency. My mantra is always chasing efficiency. If there is a better way to get it done, we should find that better way.
Mm.
Cut costs, time savings, and all of that stuff. I currently lead a business called Muller Analytics. We have developed 3 products in the last 1 year for ourselves, and also enabled some other organizations kickstart their own technology solutions through our service offerings as well. So that's a little bit about myself. In the past, I've co-founded a digital agency. It's been running for like 7 years now, really,
Wow.
really successful. Before that, a brand consultancy, and before that, a product company as well. So, hey, like you said, bringing ideas to life is something I've practically lived over the last 10 to 15 years.
Mm.
Also enabled some other people do the same thing.
Mm.
So yes, I hope I'll be able to answer really good questions for a lot of people today. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for, so as you might all see that we actually have the right person to help to give you like a kickstarting hacks on how to bring those your ideas. Yeah, and to be honest, I was looking at your profile and I thought, oh my God, how do there's some people that are just inbuilt, they're just gifted. So thank you. We're actually very opportune and honored to have you today.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you for having me.
yes. So, okay, for example, somebody that has an idea, and of course you have this idea, and somebody who is very close to you does similar thing, you see, or
Okay.
maybe within your community, there are multiple people, or multiple businesses that run something similar.
Okay.
Unfortunately or fortunately, that is what you are passionate about. It's not a
Oh,
good thing to limit yourself. So what would you suggest would be the first step in resolving and taking the first bold step to maybe start working on your plans and maybe being creative about it?
okay. That's a very interesting question. I know many people who find themselves in that position. You have this fantastic idea. It's passionate um, to you. You really want to get it done, but a few other people are doing the same thing around you. But at the same time, you can clearly see what they are doing that is not right.
Yeah.
You can clearly see what they are getting into that you think is going in the wrong direction, and you really have a passion to fix that thing.
Yes.
But at the same time, you doubt yourself because it's like, well, if they are doing it and they're getting it right, I mean, who am I to want to jump in, right?
Exactly.
Well, yes,
Exactly.
it happens. It happens to everybody. What I would say, first things first, is I would ask, and this might go in the opposite direction of the question, but the first thing I would ask is, why on earth would you want to do that idea? Is
Hmm.
it for passion or is it for money? If
Hmm.
it's for money, then we would have a different conversation. If it's for passion, then it's a different conversation.
Hmm.
So I'll play out both scenarios and hope that answers the question. So
Okay.
if this is for um, economic benefit, economic improvements, totally for money, and you have an idea that you think can work and give you a lot of money, but other people around you are already doing it,
Hmm.
then you would want to look into what they are doing and find and notice one or two things that you know they are not getting right.
Hmm.
And then you build your own idea, your own solution, your own offering around that challenge and offer it to the same community and the people around you. Now,
Hmm.
when I say offer it, there's a difference between your idea and your offer.
Hmm.
There is an idea to bake bread, but there's sliced bread for 250 naira or 2 £10.
Hmm.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
One is, yes, this is bread. It's basically everybody come and eat if you want to.
Hmm.
If you're running a charity, that works. If it's
I
business, then
know. I know.
if it's
I
if
think
it's
I like that
business,
scenario. If you're running a charity, yeah, of course,
yeah,
everyone will come for, But when they
exactly.
have
But
to
if
pay
it's
for it, they
business,
they
then yes,
always think deeply and pay careful attention before they make
exactly.
that decision.
Yeah. So you have to now take the idea and wrap it in an offer that communicates the values of the product or the idea to whoever you intend to sell it to.
Hmm.
That way they see value in it and they say, okay, fine. I think I will take your sliced bread over her sliced bread because you are giving me twice the value for the same price. She's not.
Hmm.
Or you are gift wrapping it for me because you know that it is for Christmas and I would like to send it to my friends across town.
Hmm.
She's not going to do that for me. She's going to charge me extra for that. So you see, we both sell bread, but I'm offering the bread with gift wrap because I know that it's Christmas season and you really want to send bread across town to family and friends. That's my offer to you. So you
Yeah.
either go to her, or you come to me. That's for business. Now, if it's for passion,
Hmm.
then you now have to look at it in a different way. I have this idea to offer bread to the less privileged around my community. Somebody else is already doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and she's funding it out of her pocket, or she has donors. I am going to be funding it out of my pocket to start with. But I am really passionate about this. So
Yeah.
it's either I'm going to serve as a donor and advisor to her because
Hmm.
she's already doing it,
Hmm.
because I'm passionate about it, or I am going to establish my own organization targeting maybe the aged people in the same community. So you see, it's the same thing, but she's targeting everyone. Now I'm targeting a subset of everybody she's targeting. That way, it's easier and better for me to assess my impact because I'm niching down to a specific class of people
People.
within the same community, and I can actually measure impact and say, yes, I'm actually making a difference in the community. So both ways, you need to look out for differentiating factors and then make a proposition back to the market.
Yeah, wow, wow. Yeah, thanks for sharing all this and breaking them down. But you see, it comes, you've actually explained it, but unfortunately, for some people, it is very, very difficult to take their
Okay.
time to identify and to actually break down and maybe break down what area they want to go to. Try to
Okay.
pay careful attention to um, if they're trying to make money or impact or
Okay.
what the problem is, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But when people are trying to identify a gap in what others are doing, what would
Okay.
you think can facilitate identifying that gap? Just for example, you've given the idea of bread and somebody goes sells bread. Let's use the social media, for example,
Okay.
post the bread, how can that person identify problem what gap is in this person's business, or what the customers that actually go on this person's page or the person buy, what they're actually looking out for. How can you identify that in the first step? Of course, before you extend, how can one do that?
Okay. So uh, that should be simple. I don't think people should complicate it so much.
Yeah.
If my passion is to sell bread and somebody else is selling bread, first things first, I would go try to buy bread from that person.
Hmm.
I want to buy bread and observe, then observe. So I want to buy bread and she tells me, oh, it's $10. Okay, fine. Um, Question. What's in this bread? She
Hmm.
tells you because everybody wants to
Yeah.
talk about their creation,
Yeah.
right? So
Business
she
and
tells you,
everything.
and
Yeah.
then you say, okay, yeah, okay, would you help me deliver it to my wife across town? Yes, no, that's
Hmm.
insight. Okay, thank you for your time. You buy the bread, you walk away, you go home, you eat it, and you observe how
Hmm.
delicious it is. It how basically the point is you engage that business and try to do business with them just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Another,
How they're providing their service.
yes, exactly. Now, but that's for me. That's actually secondary.
Hmm.
What's primary would be for you to start. So a lot of people do a lot of analysis and they stop themselves from starting.
Hmm.
Primary key, start. When you start and you say, oh, I also offer bread, you would encounter three types of people.
Hmm.
The first person would be, why are you selling bread when she sells bread?
Exactly.
The second person would
You
be,
of course
oh,
have those people around you, and then your
yes,
morale, if it was
you would always,
50 to come
yes,
down to 10 straight away.
yes,
Mm.
yes. But now, because you know they are always amongst you, right? As scripture will say, they are always amongst you. So you should just expect it and not let that dampen your morale at all. So yes, why are you selling bread when she's selling bread? That's one. The second class of people would be those who would be like, okay, oh, fantastic. I would like to buy from you, but I don't want to be the first to buy from you. Who else has bought from you?
Wow.
Then there's the third class of people who will be like, oh yeah, fantastic. Great, you are starting to sell bread. Very encouraging. I really love what you are doing. Godspeed be with you.
I
Okay,
know.
I don't
But
want
they would
Godspeed. I
not
want
buy
you to
from you, but
buy.
they just encourage you.
exactly, exactly. So
Mm.
I mean, if you already know, if you already have this at the back of your mind that once I start, I would encounter this classes of people, that should arm you to
Hmm.
say, I'm going to make progress regardless. I will start, I will make my first loaf of bread, I will make my first offer in the market. If it falls flat, nobody buys from me, it is fine. I am learning.
Hmm.
Tomorrow I'll offer wheat bread. Tomorrow I'll offer honey bread. Next tomorrow I'll offer banana bread until I find that market within this same community that everybody says is already saturated.
Hmm.
I will give you practical example.
Hmm.
Recently, there's a social, before, okay, the one everybody should know. Before Facebook launched, Facebook was the seventh social media network to launch.
Yeah.
But now, many years later, Facebook is dominating. Imagine if Facebook never started
Started,
because
yes. Hmm.
everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Same thing for Google. Yes. Now, of recent, because of what's going on with the American elections, there is a new social network. I can't remember their name now. They've been top on the Apple Store for 4 days now. They,
Wow.
they say they say they are the unbiased social network because Twitter and Facebook have gone political, so they are making a stand against those. And they are currently number one on the App Store for 4 days running.
Wow.
Again, there are already social media networks everywhere. They are dominating social networks. There's Facebook dominating, there's
Yeah.
Instagram dominating, there's Twitter dominating, and somebody wakes up to do the same thing again, but decided to focus on a particular niche. That might not be the perfect example because I don't see how they would continue to exist after the whole
Exist.
election
Absolutely.
goes down.
Yeah,
But
let's see what happens. Yeah, but yeah. Hmm.
okay, let's see what happens. But you get my point, right?
Hmm.
Like you just need to start and then learn as much as you can from the market and keep adjusting as you go.
Hmm.
So I keep making reference to bread because I mean it's the most basic example
Yeah.
I could think of.
Yes.
Everybody knows
Yes.
what bread is.
Bread is, yeah.
There are people who only eat wheat bread. I don't know how they get to eat that because I don't like it,
But
but
wheat bread is nice, isn't it?
I
I
don't know.
tried it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But there is a market for wheat bread. It is
Mm.
still bread all the same. Then there is a market for banana bread. I mean, whoever thought of that, I don't know what they were smoking, but now there is a market for it. So
Well,
you should
banana bread is delicious, you know.
exactly,
Yeah.
but do you eat it every day?
No.
No. But
Yeah.
it costs more than a regular bread because it is special.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you look at that, so the primary thing is first start, and then secondary, go engage the business and learn as much as you can from
Calm.
them.
Mm.
When you open yourself to learning, it becomes easier for you to draw up a table, Excel sheet, Google sheet, whatever it is. This is me, this is them. These are the things people complain about them. These are the things people love about them. These are the things I think I can do to answer these questions that people have about these guys. And so this is my offer.
Mm.
Straight away, I'm offering it. You could imagine the same thing for fashion designers. Imagine if the next big fashion star never starts, because I mean there are like 1,000,001
Yeah,
fashion
yeah, lots of
designers out
existing
there.
fashion, yeah, out there.
Exactly. Yes. But I mean, how would you stand out from the next fashion designer? Make your offer. She sells clothes, I sell ready to wear. She sells couture, I sell only special night out clothing. So if it's not dazzling, we don't sell it. If it's your regular office dress, we don't sell it. We only sell dresses for that special night out with your special partner, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Mm.
That is you differentiating yourself from.
From,
But the idea is fashion,
yeah.
right? That's it.
Wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I hope that everyone that is listening, you have this is a very big opportunity for us to learn those things that you have to pay millions of pounds, to get. We're getting in on a platform on gold, sorry, or yeah, well, a platter of gold, that's the word. So
Yeah.
the thing is, when you've actually done all these and you mentioned something, somebody comes to you and says, who has bought from you?
Yeah.
Now, that can be very discouraging. That can be,
Yes.
how do you place yourself in front of these people, even when you know nobody has bought? And of course,
Mhm.
somebody has to buy, and it has to be
Mhm.
somebody who will buy. How would you present yourself to these people? Just to, and of course, when one person, when one, two, three persons are bought, then you can say, but how can you actually place yourself appropriately so that that one person can buy?
Okay, so there's a trick to that, and the trick is this: when asked the question, so who else are you currently serving? Or who else has bought this product? It is, don't get faced by that question. If you expect it, so you already have a prepared answer. So the prepared
Yeah.
answer is this: rephrase the question and say it back to the person, and then you answer it. So now you ask me that question, and I'll rephrase and I'll answer it for you. Okay.
Okay,
So
so who else has bought your products?
okay, that's a very interesting question. So we're currently speaking with XYZ, and we've made so much progress speaking with Z. In fact, they are willing to order like 10 metric ton of this particular product. And you're kind of like the fifth person we're talking to right now. We're expecting feedback from everybody tomorrow.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
So
You see your choice of words. Actually, you
yes,
haven't clearly stated that they have
it's a
bought,
yes or a no.
but
No,
it's
you
not
just
a no. So,
yes,
so
you just
you see, for you watching, you have that business, and so you need to actually, like, Samson, I think we need a consultancy firm from you where people can come to you and train on how to actually approach their potential customers. Yes. So I think and to be honest, for me, that's the first time I'm going to hear that, to be honest. And that'll definitely be useful for me as well. So
yeah.
you need to rephrase the question. But then, yeah, thanks for sharing that. The other thing is, you have this one or two customers, and you've explained to them, you've sold to them, but nobody is buying.
That's feedback. So I'll tell you. So I think in my introduction I mentioned that um, we've had like three products this year.
Yeah.
One is currently still in development, but we're already offering it to the market.
Mm.
The second one is fully out. It's working. A few people have signed up for it, and it's great. The very first one we have shut down
Mm.
because after offering it to the market for about 6 months, and then COVID happened. Um, we were still paying, so it's technology. We're still paying server costs and maintenance and all of those stuff. But the people who were serving were no longer interested. I
Wow.
mean, that is feedback.
Yeah.
No, there is no. So that's why initially I talked about the thing about your idea, if it's for passion or if it's for money.
Yeah.
For us, it's economics, it's for money.
Mm.
And the market is already giving you feedback that they are no longer interested. They've moved on. They are looking elsewhere to solve the same problem, or they now have found a cheaper way to solve the problem
Problem.
because COVID has happened. People are now looking at how to cut costs and all of that stuff. If the market is looking in a different direction and you have been honest with yourself to say, I cannot offer this solution at this price and make a profit, that is feedback.
Mm.
Move away from that business. If it's not for economic benefits, if it's just passion, yes, you can keep putting your energy into it and make sure you find new markets for that thing, right? That's the other option. But if it's for economics, run your spreadsheets. If the numbers don't add up, there's no point.
There's no point.
There's no hard feelings about it. It's all about the numbers. If the numbers for your business no longer add up, and you've tried 101 ways to make
Ways.
it add up, and it's not adding up, it's feedback from the markets that they are not interested in that particular product.
Product.
What you can do, one of two things: you can shut down, or you can pivot, go in a different direction. You can take, so again, let me use an example of the bread analogy.
Mm.
You can take bread that is sold to everybody and decide that, okay, because the market is now saturated with bread, but I think people who are um, managing diabetes, they would love to still eat bread, but a
Mm.
particular kind of
Kind
bread.
of bread.
So can I repackage my bread, find a new formula to make bread that is only available to people managing diabetes?
Yeah.
That is you pivoting in a new direction
Yeah.
with kind of like the same product but a little twist to it, right?
Mm.
Then the other option, if you're not pivoting, looking for a new market, is to just shut it down and move on to the next idea that the market wants to buy from you. The thing about ideas is we are, especially for people like us who are creative and great with ideas, right? We sometimes want to be married to the idea. Oh yeah, this is the idea. This is how I imagined it will be, and
Mm.
this is how it must be.
Be. Yeah.
No, not exactly. You are the initiator. You've thought about the idea. Now the markets, they are the ones who are going to exchange cash for that idea.
Yeah.
If the market does not understand it, they will not pay you for it. If the
Yeah.
market does not need it, they will not pay you for it. If the market is distracted by something else or another product or another idea, they will not pay you for it. So first things first, find a way to communicate the value of that your idea or your product to the market. If they understand it, then they'll pay attention. If you have the attention, then now comes down to price. Can we afford to pay the price you're asking for? If we cannot afford to pay the price, then we are not going to pay for it.
Pay for it.
Can you afford to offer it for less? If you cannot afford to offer it for less, then we can't do business. There's no
Yeah.
point running at a loss if you
Of
understand. Yeah.
course.
So
Yeah.
that's it. I'll tell you what one of my mentors told me when I went to him with one of our products. I was like, oh yeah, this is what we're working on now. We're going to launch this in the next few months. And he said, how much is it? I told him the figure, and he said, have you asked the market if they want to pay that amount? I think that's expensive.
Wow.
you
which,
know,
which is actually
and
true because you're not developing it for yourself. You're developing it for
exactly, you're
the
not.
end
You're not.
users. So
And he said, oh, so who have you spoken to? I said, well, I've spoken to, I mentioned the name of a friend who's the CFO of another company because the product was finance related. So we're going to be speaking to CFOs and people on that
mm,
level. He was like, okay, call him. I said, now? He said, yes, call him. So we called him. And he said, so ask him a question if his company would sign off for this product. So I put it on speaker. I asked him, and he said, well, not exactly at this price, but if we have something, because we're looking to cut costs right now. So if it's something else, then yes, fine. That was feedback.
feedback.
So if I say, no, the idea is this, we must offer it at this because this is the original thought we had.
Mm.
I'm playing a losing game.
Yeah.
because I'm not making the product for myself, like you already said.
Mm.
The market will not pay for it. But if you take every loss as feedback and open yourself to learn from it,
Then,
yeah, you would
yeah.
always move forward.
And that's one thing I realized, that a lot of people see feedback differently, and I've seen this a lot on the social media, where you see potential customers, leave how they feel about your product, and then you see these people selling this product, you know, not taking that feedback lightly, and then using it as a learning curve, you see, and then they just go gagas, and I'm like, well, this is a key point. This person is, one or two people have mentioned it in the thread, that
Exactly.
this is a problem, that is this something that is wrong with your product, which you need to fix. But
Yes, you need to
they just,
address.
yeah. So lots of people are not very friendly with feedback. But then, now that I've mentioned this, how can people, now the social media is everywhere. It's, for
Okay.
me, I think, is not the only, but one of the easiest way to get your potential customers. How
Mm-hmm.
can people, and a lot of people do not still understand, they see social media as exposing yourself, and putting yourself, everybody knows, that you can run your business within your community, or you have a shop, let it remain in the shop. How can people make best use of social media, and how can they be creative with using the social media to improve their idea and making the best of everything that comes their way?
Okay. The the question is about social media and how to maximize
Yes,
social media for business. Yeah.
yes.
So for social media marketing, it's it's about your strategy, right? So a lot of people just assume that because it's free and it's there, I could just throw in anything and I will get some some level of results.
Mm,
You will you will not.
mm,
That's a straight answer. You will not, because you need to observe how people who are doing it and succeeding, how are they doing it, and then try to mirror what they are doing first, and then consult with people who it is their job to get it done. So I'll
mm.
share a few tactics, right, that you can put together as your strategy.
Yeah.
First things first, for not all products sell directly on social media.
Wow.
That's true. Yeah, not all products. You can't, and then also you need to understand that it takes time for a stranger to be confident or to trust you enough to say, I want to buy from you.
Yes.
So your first task when you go on social media with the intent of selling is
Mm,
to build trust.
mm.
And the only way you can build trust is to show up every day saying the same thing.
Wow.
So yes, being consistent, that's what it is. If today I'm selling bottled water on social media, I'm making an offer for bottled water, and then tomorrow I'm making an offer for used cars, and then tomorrow I'm making an offer for bread, and next tomorrow I'm making an offer for sewing machines.
Yeah. I know people would say, what
Please,
are you actually doing?
yes, help me understand, what are you actually doing,
Yeah, what are you
and then
selling?
if every time I come on social media, everything I post is always about what I'm selling and the price for it. So another analogy, imagine going to a wedding, and you meet the friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. I mean, the chain is long.
Yeah.
So basically, you meet a total stranger. And then in the wedding, the first conversation is, oh, I'm Dr. Bola. This is my call card. This is what I sell. Call me for this. I don't know you. Why
Exactly.
is why is that? Why is the fact that the first conversation we're having?
Mm.
But if instead in the wedding we build rapport, we have a conversation, we dig it on the dance floor together, we have a few laughs, we have a few drinks.
So it's
At the end
more
of the wedding,
relaxed. Mm.
yes, at the end of the wedding, you would feel the need to ask, what's your contact? I really need to
Yeah.
catch up with you next weekend or some other time. Then you have an opportunity to sell. So the
Mm.
same thing with social media. If you come on social media, share useful tidbits about what you are learning, what you are going through, what your business is going through, what you're currently doing
Mm.
in the business. The business, yes, the business is about making sale, but in the business, your day-to-day operations, what are the challenges you're facing, how are you solving those challenges.
Yeah.
Basically, share useful, valuable information about what you yourself you're currently learning,
Learning.
what you yourself you are currently challenged with and overcoming, and then what you yourself you are currently aspiring to. So, oh wow, I really just started this business, but I'm aspiring that in the next few years it's going to be as big as this other business, and
Yeah.
this is our vision, this is our plan. If you talk about that on social media, you are humane. People
Yeah.
see you as a real person. They want
Exactly.
to connect with you. Even if you focus on, like, a few people just focus on their achievements and
Mm.
share their achievements, it also works. It's the same thing. You're building rapport, you're showing consistency, you're showing up every day, and then once in a while, and this is where the strategy part comes in.
Mm.
So while you're sharing all of this, have a plan. Every 4 days after I've shared other things, every 4 days I'll make an offer. Oh, we now have this used car for sale. It's available at this price. DM me for the price, or the price is available there. Just call me if you need it.
Mm.
You share a little bit again, a few more days. Every 4 days, you make an offer. Every 4 days, you make an offer. Every 4 days, like that way you, if I stumble on your page, if it's Instagram, for example, I stumble on your page, I go through it, I say, oh, this is useful, this is useful. Oh, this is offer is on. Is this still available? She made this post 2 weeks ago. I'll
Yeah.
DM and say, hey, is this still available? I really like to get it. And you're like, oh no, it's gone. Someone sold it already. But happy for the chats. Next time I'll DM you first if something like this is available. You're
Yeah.
already building, exactly. You're already building rapport, and yeah. So that's it for social media.
I think, to be honest, I think you actually shared a very, very strong point. And I think I can really relate. You see, I've realized that people want to see more of what is even going on in the back end, It's
Yeah.
just like, just like today, when I was trying to, get onto the show, and I thought, oh, I'm not even going to do any makeup. I want people to see me, to see me just the way I am, Sometimes people want to see, they don't want to see all this makeup. They want to see the real you. And there
Yeah.
is this Nigerian comedian. Sometime I saw her on Instagram, and she's always very funny. She makes people laugh. I think her name is Maria G or something. And then at some point she had to come out, and she cried, and she said, I'm not always the laughy person. I also have my downtime. So people want to see what is happening behind. Or maybe if you're
Mm-hmm.
cooking food, let people know that this is what you buy, this is how you put it together. You're sort of
Exactly.
building that
Yeah.
relationship, you're building that
Mm-hmm.
trust, and then you can say this is the final product. But people will always have the problem of they will know the secret behind my business. You just need to be clever about it. And
Oh, secrets. Social media and the internet have made secrets have a different definition. So
mm,
if the secrets of your, if you cannot share the secrets your of your back end, then you don't have a business today.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, everybody knows, not everybody, but some people know that, okay, yeah, if you put this and this ingredients together, you can get this.
yeah,
That should no longer be the secret of your business. The secret of your
exactly.
business should be some other things that you have built around your business to ensure that even though you know the ingredients, putting it together, you still need my special touch.
Mm,
Even though you know that, okay, yes, we get our servers from AWS, Amazon. Um, I mean, how we put it together to deliver the services we deliver is what's important here. You
yeah.
can also go to Amazon and pay for the same servers and
I'm not going
configure
to
it
achieve the
yourself and
same thing. Yeah.
get efficiency. Yeah, exactly. You understand? Yeah. So you can go hire some other person to put it together for you. if it's at the same price, all well and good. But I mean, there's a whole lot more that goes into it, that if you really consider what, again, we're not approaching with an idea, we're approaching with an offer. If you really consider what we're offering to you right now, which totally saves you cost and totally saves you on headaches and trying to call a developer or a consultant to come and help you during the night, because we are always there 247 to show support.
Mm.
If you consider it, I would rather go with us than go with the other guys, because we are saying we're here 247 for you.
Yeah.
It will never go down because we're always monitoring things. We're always, you get, so those are examples of, and if you keep where you share about your business, yes, there are a few things that you want to keep secret for reasons best known to you. But there's a whole lot more about the business and about how you are going about it. So again, another thing about social media is people come on social media to be entertained.
Mm.
So if you consider your business as a very hard business, so for example, you're a medical doctor. In fact, medical doctors are not even allowed to do advertising,
Mm.
right? So you're a medical doctor or you're a medical consultant. You come on social media and there's someone on Twitter who does this very well. In fact, it's very popular right now. You come on Twitter and you talk about those topics that people really do not want to open up to. We talk about sexual health. We talk about oral hygiene. We
Mm.
talk about how oral hygiene affects people going into relationships. I mean, he's not talking medicine,
Yeah.
but he's speaking to lifestyle from a perspective of a medical
Medical,
practitioner.
yes.
You get, yeah. So also look at your business and see, as the expert in this business, what lifestyle issues can I speak to based on my expertise and experiences. If you are able to do that, people will be entertained. They will keep up with you. And if they keep up with you, you have their attention, you can build rapport, and then you can build the business on top of that.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. You've actually shared so many hacks to people, and I hope that people are making the best use of this information. But
Thank
just
you.
before I ask you to tell us a little bit of how we can benefit from what you do, there is something that that actually I've been watching, and I know you were having a training. I don't know. I think I'm not sure if I saved the date. I was going to register because I'm actually very interested. And I want to see how the magic wants to happen. But
Okay.
but I really want you to talk a little bit about it before you talk about what you do and how people can benefit from you and how they can, reach you as well. It's email marketing because, of course, social media
Oh yeah.
is not the only way people can benefit from. You can sell your things or you can reach out to your customer and say, this is what I do, So what's this thing about email marketing? For me, I'm not a fan of email marketing. I see these emails come to me and I'm like, why are you sending me an email, so can you just scratch it on the head, why should I do email marketing? Why should I look at my emails and buy from anyone that would come to me? Yeah. I hope
Okay.
I'm not
So
putting you on the spot there.
no, it's right. So you made a point just now about you getting some emails and you're asking yourself, why are they sending you emails? What's your challenge with receiving those emails?
Yeah, because to be honest, I've had times, not just me directly. I know my sister was still talking about it on social media recently.
Okay.
She actually lost 228,000 or so with somebody
Okay.
sending her in an email. And then she was looking at it that it's official, the way the person has come across, it looks real, but
Mm-hmm.
it was fraud, you see.
Yeah.
And so that's just one of the example, and some
Yeah.
people, they market to you, you give them listening ear, and then you say, okay, I'm not interested anymore. But they keep pumping these emails back to back, although some
Yeah.
of them are very clever with it and they come up in different direction, but they don't just want to stop.
Yeah.
until you try and click on the unsub. I try to look for the tiny print. Where is this unsubscribe? Sometimes you unsubscribe and then you forget to tick all those boxes, and then you keep seeing it again. I'm like, are you joking? So
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
based on past
I
experience, and
yeah.
sometimes some people don't know when to stop, and and as well
I
trust as
a lot
well.
of people,
So
yes,
mm,
in fact, a lot of people have that challenge. It's not just peculiar to you. It's a global problem. In 2014, the major inbox service providers, that's your Gmail, your Yahoo, AOL, and Co, spent as much as 9 billion US dollars combating spam.
yeah,
That's a lot of money. That was 2014. I don't know what it is right now. So it's a major problem for everybody. But like everything I've mentioned earlier about social media also applies to email marketing. So we created a platform that allows businesses to engage and convert customers using email,
mm,
right? Because we believe that the inbox is still the most personal way to reach out to anybody. Almost 100% of every adult online today has an email address, and it doesn't change. You don't change your email address as frequent as you change your social media handle.
yeah, or maybe
So,
your phone
so
number as well. Yeah,
yes. So, and if you give me permission to send you to send you an email, it's personal. It's permission that I should not take for granted.
yeah,
So what we are saying with our system, we call it the Outbox system. You can find it at outbox.io.
mm,
What we are saying with our system is use it to build rapport with people that you want to do business with.
mm.
And then
So just before I let
again,
you go, for
yeah,
anybody that wants to look at that, I just want to emphasize on that is outbox.io. You want to have a look
yeah,
at it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you go. I just wanted to emphasize on that,
okay.
that people
No
pick
problem.
that up.
Thank you. Yes. So, like I explained for social media, for email marketing, first there is I need to get your email address. So I need to give you something of value in exchange for that email address. You see a lot of big business do this very well.
Mm,
They put up a website or a landing page or something. It has a form. It has some description about what they are going to send to you, and they say, okay, we're going to send you this ebook or this white paper to download about this particular topic. Just give us your email address and your phone number or your name, and we'll send it across to you. Once you do that, you are giving them permission to say, okay, reach
You know,
back to me.
what you just mentioned now, I had something that really annoyed me. There was
Okay.
this seminar on Instagram, and this woman talked, and I was really interested. She was going to give me an ebook if I share my email. I shared my email, and then went to my inbox, and the ebook was not there, I was so angry, and then of course she already had my email
Email
and
address.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
but then she has sent other subsequent emails that I found useful, to be fair
Okay.
on her. But in the
Okay.
first instance, I was like, are you joking? Did I just give you my email for free?
So maybe that was a technical problem. I don't want to believe that she was being deceptive, but
Mm,
it can happen. Probably the email got lost. Yeah.
mm, possibly.
That's one problem we want to solve with our system. So we want to solve the delivery problem that a
Hmm,
lot of people face. So
yeah.
you send out email markets, or you send out marketing emails, and sometimes it goes to spam. We want to solve
Yes,
that. So
that's true.
we have solved the technicalities of that,
Hmm,
and it's part of our own fine print. If we find out that you are using your account on our platform for spammy emails, we will take you off because we do not want it to harm every other person within our
wow.
platform.
Hmm,
Yes. So and on our so we have a learning portal as well, that where you can learn about email marketing,
yeah.
articles, videos, and stuff. If you go there, some of the information we're sharing, it's also to help businesses to realize that doing doing email marketing, as they call it, it's also about relationship. It's
Hmm,
about building a community around your business with useful, valuable content.
Mhm.
Every once in a while, you share promotion. There are three kinds of emails you can send out. You can send
Mhm.
out transactional emails, promotional emails, and engagement related emails. Engagement related emails is where people should actually focus their attention.
Mhm.
Sharing valuable information, like you just said, you got from that lady. It's valuable to you, you find it interesting.
Yeah.
If every once in a while she now tells you, buy my collection, I know you have been missing, I know you've been receiving all my emails, but once in a while you miss some of them because
Yeah.
your inbox is full and all of that. But now I've taken the time to compile all my emails for the last 1 year, 52 of them, that's one for every week, into one ebook with a companion video for you to watch whenever you are free. It's only going for $10. Will you not pay for that?
Really? I think I'm going to buy straight away. Apparently I'm going on outbox.io. Is it outbox? Honestly, because it's going to be useful for me. So I think after this show, I'm going to be your next customer. So you want, honestly, because I think you've actually shared so many things that even with my experience, I haven't actually thought about, you see, which is true. And one very key thing is inboxes are personal. And no
Yeah,
matter
very.
how bad it is, anyone that said, I read my emails, I read everything. Do you understand? So I try not to ignore them. And that applies to so many other, except I
Exactly.
miss it and it goes to the spam box or that,
Exactly.
which is the problem you have tried to solve. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually very good. Yeah, so yeah, and so we, aside the email, what, how can people actually benefit from what you do?
Okay,
And
so
of course,
I have
would
a,
you want to share
yeah.
your details so that they can reach you on sort of things you can do to help them with their business and with their ideas and all that? Yeah.
Okay, so I started a school called MVP School in 2018. Um, MVP School is a community that teaches business owners and people who have ideas on how to use technology to kickstart that idea and make it profitable within a short period of time. So we have a community on Telegram. We send out newsletters regularly as well. So mvpschool.com is there. But if you want to reach me personally, my full name at
Because I know
gmail.com.
it's not the normal school. I think it's
Oh no, yeah, it's MVPSKOOL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I'll
dot
do is
com.
I'll leave the
Page in the
details in
show notes.
the
Yeah,
caption as well so that people can find that
thank
as
you.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And then if you want to reach me personally, just my full name, Samson Aligba at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Works. Yeah.
Okay, at gmail.com. I'll leave, if you don't mind, I'll leave those on well, I might not leave your personal email because it might,
Yeah.
I don't want people to,
Because that's that.
yeah, but then they can have a look and they can contact you. There'll be a contact page on your
Yeah.
on the MVP school website and all that. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thanks for sharing all the
Thank you for
tips.
having me.
I
Thank
hope
you for
people have
having
been
me.
able to benefit. And if you have that idea that you have kept, his Samson has been able to share lots of hacks that hopefully even me, I think I found a lot of useful tips that I'll use for my own personal use. So thank you so much. And as usual,
Thank you.
yeah, and thanks for joining us and making time, because I know Samson is very busy. So we had to, he had to squeeze out of his no time to share this with us.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Right. So for everyone that's joined us today, if you have any question, you have questions for Samson, feel free to go to his website and contact him. He's also shared his email as well. Or if you want me to contact him on your behalf, the email is on the screen. And if you have other questions, as usual, please send us an email with using the email on the screen. And do not forget to give this a thumbs up, yes, and like it if you have found this very useful. Share this with your family, share this with your friend. And thanks for joining me again. Yeah, this is the Bola Adeyeye Omishade show, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.